Okay, so a lot of people have a lot of times their argument that Putin is this great guy, and or Putin is this bad guy, or Trump is this bad guy or good guy, and we don't actually know which one is the good guy or the bad guy. We have no idea. There's no way of knowing that shit. There's not like a science of 300 years old that is specifically meant to study every single aspect of every single fucking. There's like millions and millions of nerds that already died, and they spent all their lives not writing about any of that they found out about how things function in the state and what is really happening. And there's not like thousands and thousands of really good universities with very good literature to analyze how science works, so how politics works. So we're blind. We don't know the truth. We have no idea. No, right? Fucking wrong. Fucking wrong. It's a sad, sad fact that science is very, very um, boring. It's fucking boring as shit. Especially things like political science when you're not into it. Jesus fucking Christ, you're gonna kill yourself because you have to be really, really into the sciencey political type of mind to be able to endure reading 10 books a week for 5 years. Okay, and I'm talking about 10 books a week plus writing something plus reading a bunch of articles. And I'm not newspaper articles, I'm not saying that shit. I'm doing articles of like 40 A4 pages. And then you have to really understand that shit and analyze that shit. And then for 5 years, and then you're a master of political science, right? It's like going to a motherfucking doctor. So you go to the doctor to fix your broken knee, right? You don't go to the shaman and dance around the fire and hope that your knee is, healed next day because it's gonna fucking hurt a lot more. I can tell you that, right? It's the same thing about truth. People say, "Yeah, you can't know the truth." No, it's just very, 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 very far away. And what stands between you and the truth is about studying of like 5 to 10,000 books. Okay, 5 to 10,000 books, really, for real, for sure, right? And having teachers that teach you all of those fucking different things and what do they, because it's such a complex system, how to understand all of that. But basically, when you accept that argument that you should listen maybe to a political scientist instead of Joe Rogan or a police guy or a trash guy or a superstar or who the fuck or a politician, how to solve things or how to understand things. Now, okay. So how according to me, a political scientist, and by the way, there's a million different political scientists and a million different opinions, so that doesn't make me right what I'm about to say. But I like to think so because I like to think clearly and not just how I feel how things should be. Okay. So for a long time I felt that Putin was a piece of shit. The idea kind of changed when I started to rethink that the First World War happened and the Second World War happened and Russians lost like 30, 40 million people in both of those wars. That's a lot of people. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's like 20 million. No, 20 million. That's only in the Second World War, I think. So it should be more. Anyway, um, so he's kind of right when he thinks like Europe is a little bit crazy. And when I was there in the 90s, of course you didn't see any right wing parties, no nothing. And all of a sudden, all of a sudden there's like right-wing parties in every single country. That happened after, especially after 9/11. So I'm just gonna bubble out a little bit about history. 9/11 happened, and I knew that things were about to change. Some countries going to get flattened. That's what I literally said. They're just going to make a when we knew it was Afghanistan, we used to joke they're going to make a parking spot out of Afghanistan now, right? Uh, Very funny, not so much. After that invasion in Iraq, a lot of people don't know about million, 2, 3 million, get that in your mind, million civilians died because of both of those conflicts. That U.S. started illegally, and they did it for. In the end, as a political science, I cannot even pinpoint it. I'd have to read some literature on that. You see, this is the way our opinions are formed. You actually, I can admit it. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is to that. That's just like when you're a doctor and you study brain science, right? Neuroscience, but you have no fucking clue how to. I don't know. What do they don't know? Like a physical injury due to sports or something like that. That's another type of science in the science, right? So, but he can study that. So that's a scientist. You can ask yourself, do I know the answer to this question? You can tell yourself, no. It's normal. Okay, so how do you find out? You start reading, you are finding out, and that's what you also learn what to do in the university, how to find out the answer, right? So if it takes 5 years to get a bunch of knowledge and still to be able to admit that you don't know things, right? At least you can find this out. That's what you learn. So it's very. A lot of people say that you can't know the truth. Yes, you can. It's just very, very hard. By the way, it's not hard. You just go on Google Books, or you just Google literature on any topic that you want to know. Like, let's say you want to know the literature on secret stuff that the government is doing, right? So let's say they were about to invade Kosovo or whatever the fuck, somewhere in Africa, uh, Afghanistan, whatever. First thing the governments usually do is send in the legionnaire, right? The French legionnaire, they go in and the black ops, and they capture some positions. They take out anti-air shit. They make sure that this happens. You think that's not documented? You think like any economic activity or any kind of activity, even like a lot of secret stuff was revealed by law. You can reveal that by law. You can ask for that information. They have to give it to you. The government is not secretive. And by the way, we have something in psychology. This is very famous. People cannot keep secrets because people like to talk shit. So all those people who believe that there's like this class of people that are arranging other stuff, they're usually, by the way, very, very Nazis. So I started not to like one of the persons that I know. Well, and I have been reading that actually also. It's very funny. I had a woman that I know. She's from England, and she was like posting uh, some stuff like Obama. No, first it was child. What's it called? Let me put this.